Hi there, my name is Brittany Lord and I'm the facilitator for the Remembering Our Babies therapy group. Thanks so much for watching our videos and sticking with us as we bring you this video series every single month. And that's just one of the ways that we come alongside you, those who have lost children and who struggle with the pain of infertility. It's a club that not one of us ever wanted to be a part of, but here we are, been brought together. We bring you this video series as one of three ways that we're coming alongside people in our community and beyond to help you grieve and to assist in ways to do that. Now, if you're watching this video and you're having a mental or medical emergency, please stop the video and go to your nearest emergency facility. If you have any questions or want to know more about our group, please feel free to check us out on Facebook, drop a comment for this video. So we would love to hear from you. We'd also love to hear from you of how this group has helped you. If you've enjoyed, we had our fundraiser last month and I'll highlight that. If that really spoke to you, we'd love to hear about it. Feel free to let us know in the comments. And if this group is either these videos or the one-on-one sessions that are helping you, please let us know. We'd love to get some feedback or how they're not helping you. We'll take that constructive criticism as well, so please let us know. So a couple of years ago, we rolled out these videos as a way to just come inside your living room or your office or your car and to give you some new ways to grieve and to help those struggling with the loss of a child or who struggle with the pain of infertility. As I mentioned last month, our fundraiser that funds this group and other organizations and great causes alike in our area and beyond. It was an amazing time of fellowship and fun with everybody. We had food trucks, face painting, so many great activities for the kids, tons of raffles, and at the end a candlelight service and singing, and earlier that afternoon a walk to remember. So if you missed our fundraiser last month, I'd highly encourage you to put it on your calendar. As soon as we have those dates, we'll give them to you as well. So without further ado, wanted to just kind of highlight some things and some thoughts that I have as we finish up 2025. I wrote 2026 on something on I think it was either a check or something the other day, and I feel like I just got used to writing 2025, and here we are again. So I've talked a lot about just the stages of grief in this group, and just wanted to go back and remind us of those. And please let us know, where you're seeing your grieving process and how it's showing up for you as we finish out 2025. So I try not to say what month it is just because, these videos are helpful for any month. But right now, as I tape this video, it's Christmas time. And the holidays, as we talked about a couple months ago, are a really hard time with those who are grieving because our grief does not take a vacation just because of the month on the calendar. And everything points to things that happened years ago. I turned on the television the other day and saw a Eminem ad that I'm pretty sure came out when I was in high school, and that was a long time ago. So things just point to us, point to sentimentality and nostalgia, and maybe we can sit and long for those days of times that were easy. And it's just a reminder of where we may not be or what we may not have right now, that what could have been from last years before. So if Christmas is a hard time for you, let us know how you're coping with that. So just as a reminder, these videos are not intended to treat or help with mental health issues. It's just meant to come alongside you. So again, emergencies, mental health issues, if these are things that you're struggling with, please check in with your provider, check in with an emergency medical facility. So again, looking at those 5 stages of grief, and I present the 5 stages of grief, and there's a lot of controversy around those, but mostly just as a guideline for what you're probably experiencing, not in a way to put you in a box or to tell you how to think or feel, but just to normalize some of the experiences that you might be having. So those stages are denial, anger, depression, bargaining, and acceptance. And I'll go over each one of those. Now, the way that I describe the 5 stages of grief is you don't do that in a nice, neat, linear process. You can bounce from one to the other and back to another stage in a matter of moments, seconds, days, or years. Many times the denial phase comes first, or the stage comes first, and that's not a denial of the facts of the situation. It's many times more of a denial part of not fully realizing the magnitude of what this loss is going to mean for years to come. So that's usually what we mean by denial. Our brains are amazing creations, and they only give us what we can handle when we can handle it. And that's not to say we are weak or emotionally immature, but many times those thoughts and feelings in the full-on magnitude of what a loss means to us and our lives moving forward comes to us maybe not right in the beginning. It comes to us in layers. And for those who've experienced that, you know that that is merciful. If we got the full-on effect and the full-on magnitude right when a loss happened, it would be a lot. It would be quite overwhelming. Anger is pretty self-explanatory. We can be angry at ourselves. Maybe there was something that we could have the thought that we could do or couldn't do. Angry at maybe a healthcare provider, angry at a friend or family member who did not react in a way that was really helpful or could have been, quite honestly, hurtful towards us. But that anger can be useful many times because it helps give us an anchor, my North Georgia accent, anchor sounds very similar, but it gives us somewhere to anchor our feelings. Many times grief makes us feel like we're just tossed about on a sea with nothing to hold us down and nothing to guide us. But anger can do that for us sometimes. I'm open to debate, but I personally believe that we can be angry at God. God is our perfect parent, and just as most parents have experienced, your child has probably told you that they're mad at you, or maybe even they hate you at times. And you know, as a parent would, as a healthy parent would, that child is hurting, and you would wrap your arms around them and hold them. And my opinion is, and I've heard others agree, that our Heavenly Father is just that. He's loving and He's ready to comfort us in our time of anger. Depression is many times like diagnosed depression, sadness, low mood, crying, a lot of crying, isolating, not really taking joy in things that you used to. So it can look very much the same, but the foundation or the common, what would be the word? What's causing it is the grief for sure. Bargaining is a little less known. A lot of people don't stop to really think about bargaining or can identify it sometimes in their grieving process. But bargaining is wrestling with the what ifs and the if onlys. You know, what if we'd have gone to the doctor sooner? What if this physician would have caught that? What if I'd have done something different? Or what if we just started trying when we were younger? I've heard that as well. And so our brains try to make sense out of a nonsensical situation. Infertility and child loss make no sense. None at all. It's a part of our hurting world, and our brains try to make sense of that, and it's very hard to, even if it's nonsensical. Acceptance, and that sounds like a final phase, but it's not. As I mentioned, we can cycle in and out of those phases in a matter of days, weeks, months, or years. You know, acceptance can be something that we may even experience early on, and acceptance is certainly not saying that we're good with what we are experiencing and we're good with this outcome. You will never be okay with losing your child. And even if good comes from that, and good can come from a very bad situation, this is never a good thing. But acceptance is getting into that new normal and experiencing your new normal. That again can happen early on, And then we can be right back to depression, back into bargaining, back into anger. This feels very chaotic, and it is. And so that's why I really like to highlight that for people, because it feels like that you're just being tossed about. I've got a painting on my wall, and I'd move you around, but it would probably be pretty shaky. But it's sailboats with no motor and no sail. And I thought it was perfect, because it really typifies grief, because it feels many times like you're tossed about in your emotions, in your experience. But my hope for you, and I want to give this to you as you start into 2026 this next year, is if you are experiencing these emotions and experiencing these stages of grief and cycling in and out of many of them, then you are on the road to healing. And I want to encourage you with that today. This is very chaotic and stressful and hurtful, and then we throw Christmas into on top of that. This can be a really, really hard time. But if you are experiencing those stages, that means that you're on that road to healing. If you'd like more information about the stages of grief, please message me, Google that. That's the great thing about the internet now. Another way that this group is also coming alongside people this year and next is individual counseling sessions. If you would be interested in having some counseling sessions, the first couple are included and covered by this group, and the proceeds that from the fundraiser that just happened last month. I'd love to talk to you about that, so please message me. Again, I'm Brittany Lord. I'm a licensed professional counselor here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Give us a comment. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know how we can help on Facebook or on this YouTube channel. Please don't walk this road alone. It's too hard for that. And we would love nothing more to come alongside you. I look forward to getting to serve you in 2026. Please let us know how best we can do that. See you soon. Bye-bye.